Well, hello folks, and welcome to the Archetype of Man channel. I'm Nick. As you can see, I'm having a ball playing around. I was sent this Gideon Optics Alpha. So this is a MRDS, micro red dot sight, whatever you want to call it. And I spent a good bit of time this morning deliberating on which gun I wanted to test it out on. And I settled on the Beretta because, well, I felt like playing with the Beretta, and this is a gun I shoot consistently fairly well, and I figured this would allow me to see what was going on with the optic. So because I shoot this pistol fairly frequently and under a lot of conditions, I figured that this would allow me to kind of isolate and see how the optic's doing compared to things that I have typically run on this gun, including the Holosun 507 series and the 508T, I think is the one that I've been running most recently, the titanium Holosun. So first and foremost, it is an RMR footprint sight. Installation was easy, and I think that it is important to note here that in the box it came with a variety of things. It also came with a 1913 rail adapter, so the optic can mount to this, and then you could put it on a rail, like if you want to use an offset or even standalone, and that is something that we're going to play with further on down the line. It also came with screws, a variety of screws for mounting tools, which is good. And then what I think is cool is this little gizmo. I set it right here so I could get to it. It is a screwdriver that looks like an Allen wrench, but it has a thicker side and then a smaller side for fine adjustments. So I thought that was cool. I hadn't seen it done quite like that before. Dropping more stuff. Dang gravity and stuff. But the screws, I wanted to touch on this. Not only was there a variety, but they are labeled. So that is a neat thing that I haven't seen done before, at least since the last time that I got a new optic to play with. So I thought that was cool. It was a very nice thing having them labeled. I could corroborate what the gun called for, or the mounting plate, or what have you. This is a Langdonized M9A3, so that's the Ernest Langdon slide on there. Very cool that it came with that. Battery is a 1632 button cell battery, and it's not on the bottom of the optic. It is actually right inside there. I believe using the included tool, take the battery cover off and go. It was installed when I received the optic, so I didn't have to mess with that, but very cool. Sighting it in, very easy, 1 MOA adjustments, and the clicks are audible and tactile. The reticle style is a circle dot style, so you guys have seen that with other offerings such as Holosun, but it's done really well on here. I can't get the camera to focus real well on the optic itself, so you can look at the side of the box and see that that's what it looks like. I will say that when you're holding a pistol further out, it does fill up a good bit of the window. Typically I use a dot only, but there is some merit to having the circle dot, namely when you present the gun, because there's more stuff going on through that reticle glass. If you were off center or whatever, it kind of gives you a starting point to go ahead and fix that, so you don't have to spend as much time, out here fishing for the dot. So I will say that it's crisp. It's summer here in Georgia, so everything is green, and this is a green reticle on here, but it still pops nicely against the trees. It's just a different shade, and it's nice and bright. I don't think it's very bright because I didn't even have it turned all the way up. So that's nice there. I can still see very clearly on my targets. If I can get the camera to cooperate, I'll try to give you guys a view through the glass on there and kind of see what I'm seeing. But it is a very nice optic. It sits well on this gun. I actually really like it. So we'll try to get you guys through the optic window. You can see it there. It's really, it's focusing on all the wrong stuff. Let me see if I can get it to focus back on that reticle. So it is a circle dot style, which is cool. I'm going to try to zoom in on the camera a little bit, so hopefully we can get it to focus on that reticle itself. There we go. Now it does appear larger to my eyes when using this thing, but you can see it's not all the way up brightness wise, and it still pops nicely against the green. Let's see if we can turn that brightness up some more. This thing gets bright, which is nice because I have noticed some of my optics do wash out in the brighter sunlight conditions, and it's got a variety of brightness levels, which is fantastic. So you can see how crisp that is, and then just through the glass itself, very little distortion. That's been holding true with my naked eye as well, so kind of cool. One of the other deciding factors for me putting the Alpha on my Beretta is that that is a gun that I really enjoy shooting. It's a gun I use a lot. So I figured by putting it on there, instead of having to, I kind of naturally gravitate towards this pistol whenever I'm going to do some stuff shooting. I figured that by putting it on here, it will allow me to get some rounds accumulated fairly quickly, but without necessarily artificially setting the stage. So it'll be used realistically for me. Maybe not for you, depends on how much you shoot, but I plan on getting out and putting the rounds down range under normal situation, normal use. I do carry this gun sometimes, yes. But I figured that this would be an excellent way to test the optic out. So as of now, as of time of filming, I have 150 rounds through it. I'm gonna shoot some more before we get off of here and just kind of talk about it while I shoot. No issues. Zeroing it was super easy. One of the, I don't know what it is, but this one was very easy to zero. And typically I do struggle. You guys that have been watching me for a while have seen that sighting and optics is not my strong suit. The math and I don't have a good time. I mainly shoot a group, adjust, shoot another group, adjust, and that can be a lengthy process, an expensive process as well, with things like 30-06 and stuff like that. So I think the best thing for us to do at this point is for me to shut up, load up a couple more mags here, and then have a little bit more fun. I know some of you guys are ballistics nerds, so what we are shooting today is some 125 grain precision bullets. These are powder coated. I got a good deal on these whenever I ordered them. However, I think they're sized to like 3.56. So of my pistols that I enjoy shooting 9 out of, really the Beretta's been the only one, and my Glock with the Rival Arms aftermarket barrel have been the only ones that will digest these. My CZs don't like them. They get stuck. So that whole bag on the table is Beretta only ammo. There's about 1,000 rounds in there, so that's a good state of being for me. The recipe on these, of course, small pistol primers, and I use CCI. That's what I prefer, and I was actually able to find some. And then Winchester 231 powder, loaded at 4.3 grains. So towards the upper end, they're decent rounds. They tend to have the same point of aim, point of impact that my HSTs do, or very close to it. Close enough that it doesn't really make a difference. Me, the shooter, has more of a bearing on where they go than any kind of deviation in mechanical accuracy. So that's what we're shooting. They're good. They are a little bit smoky, so if you see the smoke, that's what it is, just a side effect of shooting powder-coated bullets. We get these loaded up and we'll play around some more out here. I think one of the things we should discuss too is that this optic has an MSRP of $199.99, so 200 bucks. That's pretty good, and I'm impressed with it so far. For what that gets you with this optic, it's pretty impressive. So we're gonna shoot a little bit here and have a good time. So we use shot timer and just see how much I've slowed down not doing this as much as I should. The first steel target here is at 15 yards. Second steel target back there is right at 45 yards. So we'll have a ball, see what we get. .189. .153. See what I mean about those rounds being a little smoky? All right, let's do some controlled pairs. 175, 2.5 split, 150 first shot. 171, 2.7 split, 144. Good times. How many I got left here? Looks like 13. Let's see how fast I can pick that dot back up. Going fast. Well, as fast as I can go anyway. We'll see. Missed a couple there. Not bad. 13 shots in 5.52. I'll take it. 5 shots in 272. First shot 152, split 0.3. Telling y'all, this Beretta, I love it. Let's reach out there and see what that looks like. Let's reach a little further out on the hill. There we go. Man, missed my last shot. All in all, guys, I'm impressed with it. Stay tuned. I'm going to be running it, seeing just kind of what it's about. A huge thank you to Gideon Optics and JSD Supply and Mike Branson for sending this out for evaluation. Like I said, I'm going to be shooting it as much as I can, as fast as I can, and really putting it through its paces. I really like the dot so far. Man, the green really pops. It's easy for me to pick up. Yeah, I like it. So if you're interested in these, I'm going to drop a link down in the description. I'm also going to drop a link on Facebook to a group where we discuss these things more in depth. It may be informative for you. I think it's a really intriguing product so far. The more options we have as consumers is a net win for everybody. And I'm impressed so far. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to get you guys the full review here in a few weeks as I use this more, but very cool. The Gideon Optics Alpha. I'd also like to thank my Patreon members and my channel members for everything that you guys do to support the channel. You guys rock. Your support means more than I can put into words. So thank you very much. Guys, stay safe, stay cool. It's hot out, I understand, but I'll see you guys around next time.